Sex Education's Season 4 shocking new cast. Netflix's British coming-of-age series Sex Education debuted in 2019 and quickly became an instant hit for the streamer. Since then, a brand new season has released every year. But when Sex Education Season 4 debuts, it will look very different as it features a significantly smaller cast characters. In this video, we take a look at everything you need to know about the show. Stay tuned. Story details. Moordale Secondary has undergone several changes in Sex Education Season 3, which were primarily motivated by the arrival of new headmistress Hope Haddon. While dealing with the institution's fresh rules, the students also tackled their respective personal issues, including Otis and Maeve. After years of back and forth and dating other people, Sex Education's main romantic pairing finally got together, only to be physically separated once again after Maeve decided to push through with the study abroad program in the US, leaving Otis back home. The pair getting together only to part ways again was arguably frustrating. This Otis and Maeve dynamic in Sex Education has been stretched out for far too long without any kind of payoff. Luckily, it seems like Netflix is ready to finally fully tackle their relationship as hinted by Ola's absence in Season 4. Since Jacob, played by Mikael Persbrandt, and Jean, played by Gillian Anderson, rekindled their relationship and even now have a child, Ola and Otis have essentially become half-siblings. They live under one roof, and with the arrival of their siblings, it's safe to say that they will continue that arrangement. Not featuring Ola would be quite tricky unless part of Sex Education Season 4 take place elsewhere. Perhaps Otis spends the school break following Maeve in the US, where they can properly carry out their romance. The story details for Season 4 supports theories that its narrative may take place exclusively during the school break as the remaining cast scramble to find ways to continue their schooling. While not seeing some of the familiar faces back is disappointing, a much smaller cast allows Netflix to focus on certain plotlines that haven't been fully explored, which includes Otis and Maeve's relationship. Given their Season 3 ending, it's time that Sex Education Season 4 finally provides some kind of satisfying payoff to their long gestating romance. From the get-go, it was clear that the show was building towards Otis and Maeve eventually being together. Starting out as business partners and then friends, the pair's relationship organically developed in the show's first year. Beyond that, however, Netflix may have milked this Sex Education's plotline way too much. The will they or won't they romantic trope is tried and tested in the media. For years, it was what kept viewers from religiously following shows like Cheers, Friends, and Frasier. Sex Educations could have better utilized this storytelling trend for Otis and Maeve. It didn't feel dated and boring compared to the more interesting and modern relationship stories in the show. The fact that there was even an argument that Otis should be with Ruby instead is a testament to this. As Sex Educations potentially nears its end, it needs to finally deliver on the promise of a satisfying payoff for Otis and Maeve's arc, especially after years of building them up without no narrative reward. Despite the criticisms on how Sex Education handled Otis and Maeve's romance, it remains to be one of the best original shows on Netflix. As its primary character, however, the series needs to make sure that it makes up for the couple's rather frustrating arc in the last 3 seasons, downsizing the cast and possibly introducing an out-of-town narrative that will really delve into their relationship offers the series the best opportunity to do that. The cast. Over the last few weeks, several notable actors from this show have announced that they are not returning for its upcoming year. This includes Simone Ashley as Olivia, Patricia Allison as Ola, Tanya Reynolds as Lily, as well as Rakhi Takar as Moordale Secondary School's English teacher Emily Sands. This has understandably become a cause for concern, as while these characters aren't the primary players in the Netflix project, they have been integral to its overall narrative and what makes Sex Education such a great show. Thankfully, a series of new updates regarding Sex Education Season 4 hints that despite these character departures, it will stay true to its storytelling identity. For starters, despite being cast of the new Doctor Who, Ncuti Gatwa will be back as Eric in the new season. This hints that the focus will remain on its main character like him, Otis and Maeve. There were some doubts about his involvement after he landed the iconic British role, but even if his role in Sex Education Season 4 would be somehow reduced, the fact that he will still be on it is still a great news. Speaking of new members joining, Schitt's Creek alum Dan Levy, who plays Thomas Molloy, a famous author and Maeve's US course tutor at her Ivy League college. Also rounding out the cast for Season 4 are Mary Ruther and newcomers Felix Mufti, Anthony Lexa, Alexandra James, and Imani Joshua. Other returning actors include Gillian Anderson, Amy Lou Wood, Connor Swindells, Keter Williams Sterling, Mimi Keane, George Robinson, Chinaya Ezodu, Dua Saleh, Alistair Petrie, and Samantha Sparrow, among others. Writing teams includes Sophie Goodhart, Selena Lim, Mawan Rizwan, Tammy Wilkie, and Alice Seabright, with additional material from Jody Mitchell. Well, that's all for today's video. Hope you enjoyed watching this one.